additional income. And I thought, with wanting to make additional income, and I am overweight, I thought this was going to be the perfect match. I can make money, detox, cleanse myself out, lose weight. But what happened was, once I got into the business, I had an upline who left. And when she left, I found myself kind of alone, nowhere to really get the kind of teaching training that I needed. But before my upline left, I was told that the way you get clients is you do tea parties. The second way you do parties, or rather get clients, is that you go to a gym and you get a table and you
Okay.
stand there and you have tea that you give to people for them to sample. And that became frustrating because, number one, if I was there in the morning giving out tea, people were not willing to stop at my table to listen to what I was saying, take a brochure, take a card, because they had to get to work. So then I
True.
switched up and I did the tea at night. Well, by that time, people are tired. They've gone to work. They've come to work out. Now they just want to go home. So I got a lot of, oh, thank you. I was thirsty. Either,
Thank you. I
oh,
was
thank you.
thirsty.
What does tea do? Oh, okay. So I'm going to have to use the bath. So wait a minute. Will I lose weight? And so they were so anxious and ready to get out of there and get home because it was 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. They had to go take care of their husbands. They had to go get their kids. Who knew what they were trying to do? But that
Right.
wasn't the optimal time for me. And so I found myself thinking, okay, well, if I have tea parties, I'm only going to invite people I know. But then I'm going to have to
Right.
tell them, you could bring people, but I got to know them. Now I'm
Right.
interviewing my friends' friends before I let them in my house. And it's like, okay, it should be this hard. It should not be this hard. So then it was, okay, well, let me just tell people that I know that I'm doing this. And I found myself looking out for people who are heavy set. And, translation, the fat people. But
Yeah,
then that,
I talk about all this.
that can't be, I can't, I can't honestly provide value to the person by saying, look, I really want you to try this tea. And they look at me like, why? Why, Deborah? Because I'm overweight like you? I'm like, okay, that's not working. So my experience from the beginning has already just, in terms of being able to get clients with not a lot of training. And the training that I had was to go to a club, go set up a table, tried at Starbucks. Starbucks is thinking, we already sell tea. What are you trying to do? So that wasn't working. I said, okay, I'm just throwing my hands up because I just didn't know. So then I decided, you know what? Forget about this selling. I know what I need. I need a testimony. I need to be able to say that I myself have tried the product. Well,
Yes.
when I tried the tea, now this was a year ago, I did the original instant tea, the one that you have to, brew and let it sit for 45 hours. I was drinking that, and I did have some kind of reaction, but I wasn't having a reaction like you see other people with, hey, I lost 12 pounds and 18, 12 pounds in 5 days. That wasn't happening for me. So then I added another product. I said, maybe I need to do two. So I did that one and the resolution drops. But I wasn't given a meal plan. Because remember, my training was very quick, short. It was sell tea out the trunk of your car, or sell tea at a fitness club, or have a tea party and interview their friends' friends. So I didn't have a meal plan with the resolution drops. And again, I didn't see that much. So someone said to me, well, you need to do 3 because they got this 30-33. And I said, 30-33? Again, without having direction, teaching, leading, guidance, I said, okay. So I tried the NutriBurst, and I was told, try the NutriBurst Plus. I tried the NutriBurst Plus, and it didn't have a real good taste with me. And so I said, well, no, that's not working. So with my 2 experiences, my personal experience of trying the products and not really getting a good success with it, and then having the kind of training that I had that wasn't all that great, I said, you know what, this just isn't for me. So I stopped. And then it was a year later. I'm sorry, this was a year ago. And then a few 6, 7, 8 months after that, I'm diabetic. And my sugar level was elevated. It was elevated to 515.
I'm
So
so
I ended
sorry.
up at I ended up at the hospital, minor stroke, and when I got out the hospital, that's when I said, I need to do something. I need to, I've got something in my hands. I need to try it. You know, it's like God saying to Moses, what do you have in your hands? What do you have? Elijah said, what's in your house? Now
The
remember that
oil.
I'm a TLC Life Changer. What if I tried this again? Who else? Who else can I reach out to? And I remembered all of the powerful videos that you have on Facebook, and I said, okay, she's doing the doggone thing, and I like what she's saying. She must teach her people things. She must really be doing it, and I'm wondering if I could lock arms with her. Can I have a brand new start? Can she tell me what I did not do with the product? Can she tell me what kind of products I really need to use? Will she be able to tell me, there's a meal plan with a resolution drop? Was I taking too many? Is it 12 drops to 15? What am I taking too many and I'm using a resolution drop too much? Can I still drink Pepsi with it?
Man, let me tell you something. You are doing so many, and I told you I was going to be as chatty as I normally am because I kind of wore my voice out yesterday. So I am listening to you, but I mean, you're not a shy person. You're easy to listen to. You make sense. You know how to articulate yourself. Like, you definitely, would attract people to this business because you're asking all the right questions. And
Wow, thank you.
I mean, and that's very important because the quality of your questions is going to determine the quality of your answers, right? And I've not done tea parties in this business. I've done home parties in my first company, and that was where I pulled from my experience with home parties. And I don't knock home parties. There are some people that love them, and that's awesome. It just doesn't fit my lifestyle as a single mom.
Right.
Um, and like you said, some of the safety concerns that I had in Atlanta, I wasn't going to be dismissive of those doing home part. So I totally get where you're going. I didn't even think about what you said, like with the gyms and stuff. I could see why people would think to go to gyms with a product like this. But yes, people go to places for a specific reason. And oftentimes, if your time is going to be productive there, you know, it does need to be strategic. They call it like you have to cause a conscientious interrupt. But when people go to the gym and they got this pocket of time before they go to work, you're right. They're not going. They're just saying. When you said thank you for the drink, I was thirsty.
Right. That's what I was getting. Like, man, thank you. Man, I worked out. Man, I worked on my glutes. I needed something to drink. Like, oh my God. But here's the other thing, Kim. Not only was that happening, but then I had to turn around and say, but look, if you get the tea from me, you got to drink it warm so it can work. And they're like, well, what's it going to do? It just wasn't. It wasn't the right kind of setup.
Right, to have that type of conversation. And let me tell you something right now. Like, everything that we go through is for a reason. The experience that you had, it's giving you so much insight into what people will be looking for. So let's if you really, process what you said, no shade. You haven't even told me who your former sponsor is. I never ask that question when people. I don't want to know. In case I know them, I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to know.
Right.
It's irrelevant. But just think about the experience you had. You joined, and 3 months later, the person quit. Now, nobody has to stay loyal to any person. People can do whatever they want to do. But understand this. A large part of the reason why people reach out to me is because I've been here since 2015. So why do I say that? It's not about me. A large part of the reason why a lot of my friends who are also making good money in the business, they've also been here 2015, 2014. And guess what? Even if they haven't been here that long, because I don't want to give you an impression that you have to wait 5 years, you can collapse the actual time frame with your wisdom. Right? So if you haven't been here 5 years, but you are letting people know, hey, I'm not going to be all over the place and you're demonstrating them, they will trust you, right? So you should constantly be thinking about your experience and the experience you want to give your people, just so that you know, like, everything that you need to know about how to build your team and how to do this business, you know, through your own we'll say not so good experience.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. That's so true.
So, you know, this wasn't just for you. This was for you to do better for others. Okay? So I mean, that was really good stuff. I love that you brought up the oil. That's one of my favorite stories. What do you have in your house? Go sell the oil. I'm
right.
serious. I quote that story like all the time. The other thing I wanted to touch on now in your messenger, and I do get this sometimes, like when people say, how will I train you? The majority of people met 95% of my, probably 97, seriously, 97% of my team and customers met me through YouTube. None of them are in Pooler, Georgia. That's why I don't say I live in Pooler, Georgia, because like you said, you were like, where is that?
I never heard of it.
It's the country. That's why I say I'm from Savannah, because people know Savannah. They don't know Pooler. So yeah, you know, proximity doesn't have to be physical. I am more connected to my team, and the majority of them I've never met in person. Okay? But every single day we're in communication in my private group as well as the team. There's not I don't care whether it's your first day, your first month, your first year, you're not any lower on the totem pole than anybody else. Everybody's thrown into the WhatsApp chat. Now, does it get chatty? Yes. Because everybody's at different points in their business. You can mute, you know, people that work a job, that's the majority of the team. They just mute it, right? Until they get off of work, and then they catch up. But it's a way for us all to stay connected and for everyone to not feel like they're alone. So, I mean, I literally know of people that joined with someone because they were in their town, and they still ended up calling me. And I don't do that. I don't coach people who are not on my team, because it's really pointless, because you can't. The plan that I have laid out for my team is for us to work together as a team. So my blueprint wouldn't work with someone else's team member, right? Just like my parenting wouldn't work with someone else's child, right? So yeah, I feel bad for people that thought, because, you know, this was their coworker, or, you know, like, you know, I think you should join with the person that you feel comfortable can help you build the business. For some people, you know, if that's your family member and your friend, great. Definitely be supportive, but not to the detriment of building, you know, of pursuing your own dream, you know. So a lot of people have found that proximity thing kind of sort of shot them in the foot. So I'm happy that you addressed that, because I'm an open book. Like, whatever you have questions about, the time to ask is before you join a person.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the other thing that I learned, is that because my goal was, I want to make some money, I want to lose weight, who got it? And the first person that came, I said, okay, yes. And I didn't do some diligence research on who the person was, what's the tea, how often do I use it, what are the strategies to building the team. I didn't do all that, but I know now. Now I know. And when I saw your Facebook post messages and I saw all the videos that you were doing, I was gaining a lot of value from it. It wasn't just put the tea in the water, shake up the water bottle. It wasn't just boil the tea, because that's, again, I know it's a lot of new products, but that's where I came in. It wasn't that, but it was, this is what you do when you're trying to add value. And you were able to give a variety of videos about that. And I said, I'm learning more from this lady, this lady named Kim from Kim from SAD. I'm going around saying that. I said, I'm learning so much more, because it's more than just boiling tea. It's more than just instant tea.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Regardless of whether you join my team, they should know your name and where you're from. Everybody, you should dominate your market. People should be walking around. Again, think about what is resonating with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, I'm walking around saying KIM and the SAV, then now the question is, how can we get people walking around saying, you know, DEB from Chi-Town or whatever I don't know what your thing is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but there is a reason why I say that, and it is because of what you just said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people in the company's faces. I don't know their name.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where they live, right? If somebody cannot geographically locate you, then you're a scammer to them. But the minute you say where you are, like if I say KIM and the SAV, you automatically geographically locate me in the Southeast. You think about, I don't know, a friend who's in Atlanta, or about I become more real to you than just like, hey Kim, this is Kim on the scammy internet.
That's a good point.
And do you know how many people would call me because they knew when it was KIM and the SAV, KIM and the ATL. Right now I'm back and forth in between both. But my home base right now is Savannah. But my hairstylist is still in Atlanta. So I still like even service about twice a month. I'm in Atlanta. I still have a strong customer base there. And so I would have so many people, like you said, people leave businesses. Why? I don't know. Various reasons. But I have reaped the harvest of so many seeds I did not sow, because when their rep left, a lot of people, they love these products. And they're like, oh, you know what? I know that girl, Kim, she's in the ATL. Let me call her. So when you geographically locate yourself, you're planting seeds for people. Like I always tell people, take care of your own backyard first.
Yeah.
And people will buy from you, but they've got to know where you are. And it doesn't happen the first time, the second time, third time. Shoot, it might not even happen the 200th time. But if you're focused, if you're married to, right, the process. Oh no, what is it? If you're focused on the right thing. I did not get much sleep last night, but if you're focused on the right thing and you have a long-term vision, you will not be distracted by, I did 2 videos and nothing happened yet. Or you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Now, I am in Chicago. It's the 3rd largest city in the United States of America. So it's a lot of TLC reps here in the city.
Doesn't matter.
When I hear you say, dominate your name in your town, plant your seed, that is so good. So now, I've got to come up with...
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Yeah, but you're not going to, don't get all bogged down by that. Hold on one second. I'm going to try to bring J Baby on. I hope she doesn't say anything crazy. Hold on. Stay right there, Deborah. Stay right there. Hold on. Where she's at. Okay. Let's see how this work out. J Baby, you killing me with this symphony music.
Hey, boo.
Hey, don't say nothing crazy. Don't say nothing crazy. You on Facebook Live, and you are on the phone with someone you don't know, okay? But she's nice.
Okay.
Don't say anything crazy.
Hey. Okay, I won't. How are you? I hear her giving you directions. Yes, ma'am, because J Baby will talk crazy, honey. J Baby will talk crazy. So,
hey, J Baby.
How are you today?
I'm doing.
I'm good. I am in Chicago, J Baby. Are you in Pola, Georgia? No, I am in a small town called Moultrie, Georgia.
Well, hey, J Baby, listen.
Oh my God.
Reason why I brought you on, you're on the phone with Deborah. The reason why I brought you on, J Baby, is because first of all, Deborah told me, Kim, I'm not good with technology, and I was like, and I said your name. Oh, okay. I said your name specifically because isn't that one of the first things you told me?
Yep. That's the first thing
What did
I
I tell
said.
you?
And I work phones and I do a laptop. I can zoom on my phone, baby. So I'm learning the laptop, but I'm getting it. And you can get it too, babe.
Now, something that she just said, which is the reason why I called you too. That was early in the conversation. She said the technology thing. Now, what she just said is it's a lot of people in my area that does TLC. Now, who does that sound like?
Me.
Because that's what you told me about your area, right?
Yeah.
So talk to her about that.
And let me tell you, baby. I have a new rep in my area. And from my understanding, she's getting the millennials, right? But what happened is that the millennials are calling me after they have bought from her. Because she's not giving out enough information. Wow. She's not giving them direction. And see, the difference with me is I know my products. And I know what they do, how they do, what is for what. And she ain't telling these people that. The ATM is currently on. No, I want the deposit. It is on. I'm sorry, I'm driving, y'all.
Yeah, I know, be careful.
But yes, I make sure I consult my customers and I give them information that's going to help them in how to take the product, and see, that's the difference. When you do not talk to people and explain to them, listen to what their needs are first, then if you don't do that, then you're going to lose that customer. You might have made that first sale, but you're going to lose them as a long-term customer. So I think that customer, and I talk and I let them know.
Uh-oh, J baby. J baby.
Ma'am?
We're losing you.
Huh?
We're losing you, girlie.
Hello? Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, we hear you. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's just, you just have to be there for the people, and a person that called me a couple of days ago, she just expressed, she needed some more guidance and support. So that's what I did for her. That's what I did for her, and entertain people, and you get customers that kind of stick and stay. You just have to be there for them. So don't worry about you got a bunch of people in your area, because I have maybe two. I know the next town over, and I have two of them in the next town. They're strong. TLC. They're strong. It don't matter. I go right in that area too. I got customers in that area too. I don't care.
Well, don't say it like this is. Don't say it like this is the strip, J baby, and like.
I don't have no script.
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't you know how in the movies the prostitutes be like, this is my street, so if you on this street you're gonna get a beat down. Like that's what I mean. Like this is the strip. Nobody owns anything. Baby. So my point is this though. Deborah, don't you know in Atlanta when I started in 2015, like when everybody like they had just come to the United States, a lot of people were doing it in Atlanta. The point is, there is only one you.
Right, got it.
Okay, there's a lot of people.
Nobody can be you better than you.
Nobody can be you better than you. I am not for everybody, right? But the people that I am for, they're gonna buy from me, no matter who else starts selling the tea here, or right. And I can't even say here because the majority of my customers are not here. But as it relates to a local, like I said, with time, I had Atlanta, man. I had so many people buying from me in Atlanta. You know why? Because even if someone is doing it, like I said, they may quit. They may not be doing it right, especially if they're in your local area. And Jay, baby, are you on your way to work?
Yes.
Okay, I know that
Yes, I am.
I know that you had called me. I'm gonna let you drop off now. You can call me on your break. I'm gonna try to.
Okay. I didn't want nothing. I was just saying I just got rid of all of my tea. I just delivered all my raspberries.
That's what I'm talking about. I saw you in the group making everybody jealous.
Yeah.
We were happy for you, but we were semi-hating because we were jealous. But we were happy.
Y'all gonna get y'all.
No, but that was good. I'm glad you posted that to make everybody excited about the new raspberry, because yeah. Okay, well listen, we'll talk later. I'll probably call you when Kasana's at karate or something.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing.
Nice talking to you, boo. Look, your name is Deborah. Hey, girl, you'll be wonderful. You're going to be wonderful, Deb. I'm telling you, girl. I'm telling you, honey. All right, you're welcome. You have a blessed day on purpose. You too, Kim.
Bye, Jamie. Love you, girl.
All right. Love y'all with the love of the Lord. Have a blessed day on purpose. Bye.
All right. Love you, girlie. Bye.
Love you, too. Bye.
Okay, Deborah.
Yes, I love that. Big personality, I love it.
I mean, and you're the same way though. But having this conversation with you is like me having it with Jay Baby. What was it, 2 years ago now? A year ago? I can't remember. Time is like going by. This is like almost the same as that conversation. There's nothing new under the sun. Everybody has the same concerns, and when you really get into this deep, you'll see that the concerns are not as big as you think they are, because the more you do it, like, we're all put here to serve a certain group of people. I say it all the time. I don't think people really believe me, because I heard it before and I didn't even believe it, right? But again, when you get in it deep enough, you see, like, we're put here to serve a certain group of people. Like, you could literally do every single video that I've ever done, and it will be different. You know why? Because you're different. And there will be some people that like how you articulate the information. Even though, and just because you like me, other people, not everybody does. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people can't even say, well, Kim has done so many videos, so there's no point in me doing videos. I've let people on my team know that's nonsense. What if I thought like that when I got in 2015? Do you know how many people were on stage with big checks, killing my little videos? You know, their videos they got rings and things, and I'm broke doing videos. In 2015, what if I said, what's the point of me doing videos? But you got to understand the law of sowing and reaping. And I'll just commend you. I've had a few people reach out to me, saying that they were thinking about coming back. They've seen the momentum. And, this is a business where you can do it by yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's harder to do it by yourself though. It's like putting together the pieces of a puzzle without that big picture, right? When you get a puzzle book, right? A puzzle box, and you got the big picture on the top, and then you open it up and all the pieces are on there. It's hard to put together. That you can do it, but if you don't know what the big picture is, it's hard to put together the pieces of that puzzle. So, my sponsor, he's been rolling with me. And I know for a fact, that has definitely helped me. I'm not going to say that if he weren't there, that I would have quit. I'm not going to say that. But I definitely will tell people that this has been a team effort. I did not do this all by myself. And I'm glad I didn't have to test that theory. So the fact that you went through that and you're still like, hold up, let me backtrack and see. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to you for even revisiting the situation, because some people could be like, forget it, I had a bad experience and that's it. So